Welcome to the 14th episode of Skyrim Cut Content. Today we will be looking at a handful of small Markarth quests that got cut. Skyrim has a lot of freeform quests. You know, those small quests that usually involve you fetching something random for a random NPC. Wouldn't you like more of those? No? Well, then you're in luck, because many of them got removed before the game shipped. Every city has its own set of freeform quests, with Whiterun having 5, Riften having 22, etc. But the city that's had the most freeform quests removed has to be Markarth. From the seemingly 16 quests that were originally intended, only 7 remain. All the quests are usually called freeform, followed by the city name, and then a letter or a number or a variation thereof. In Markarth's case, it works with letters, with the less known quest being freeform Markarth O. I can't say with 100% certainty that this quest was always supposed to be the last one, or that there were quests after this, but if there were quests after this one, every trace of them got completely removed. So for all intents and purposes, O is the last one. Now enough explaining, let's get to some content. Let's go from the bottom to the top, looking at all the quests we have or could have gotten. Freeform Markarth O is Nimi the Poisoned One, better known as Kill Nimi inside Nuanzell, a quest given to you by Calcalmo in the final game. Freeform Markarth N is Coated in Blood, better known as Bring a Daedra's Heart to Mod, a quest given to you by Modgrow Bagel in the final game. Freeform Markarth M is Search and Seizure, better known as Find Evidence of Ogmund's Talos Worship, a quest given to you by Ondolamor in the final game. Freeform Markarth L is Skilled Apprenticeship, better known as Bring the Last Scabbard of Akrash to Gorza, a quest given to you by Gorzagrow Bagel in the final game. Freeform Markarth K is our first cut quest, and nothing remains of it. Absolutely nothing. So sorry, but I can't tell you anything about it. Feel free to imagine something cool yourself. Freeform Markarth J is Botella's Discreet Delivery, better known as Deliver the Stallion's Potion to Rayrak, a quest given to you by Botella in the final game. Freeform Markarth I is our second cut quest, and almost nothing remains of it, but enough to sketch a scenario. Similar to Kodrir's Skooma, we only have an item name remaining to base the quest upon. In this case, the item's name is Yueli's Sleeping Potion, internally known as Freeform Markarth I item name. So yeah, this quest would have involved a sleeping potion and Yueli, the Breton maid of Nepos the Nose. And that's all that can be said without speculation. It's unknown what the purpose of the sleeping potion was. Would Yueli have the player delivered to someone? Would she request you pick one up from Botellas for her? Just like Kodrir's Skooma, we can't pinpoint the purpose, but it exists, and that's enough for me. Freeform Markarth H is practically the same as what I just told you. We only have an item name to go off. This time, the name's Nana Ildin's Medicine, internally known as Freeform Markarth H item name. Same story, a potion or medicine, and another maid involved. And again, no way to pinpoint the exact use or purpose. Unlike Kodrir's Skooma though, these item names are just that, item names. The actual item this name was supposed to be put on no longer exists. Freeform Markarth G is next on the list, and it's special in the way that it doesn't have anything remaining on its own. But it's still mentioned 16 times throughout other scripts. Most of these scripts also mention Favor 13, which is the quest A Few Words With You, where you need to speak, brawl with, or pay an NPC for someone, suggesting this quest would have played out in the same way. One of these 16 snippets, called TIF 0006 FABA, even explicitly has code to set stage 15 of Freeform Markarth G, like Favor 13, which also has a stage 15 that normally states you need to go tell the quest giver that the target is taken care of. So yeah, this one is pretty weird. I'm guessing it got cut due to redundancy. Freeform Markarth F is another cut quest, which has 2 remaining scripts, called Freeform Markarth F script and Freeform Markarth F letter script. And that's mostly it. The first script only has code to check if the player has read a specific letter, and the second one mentions the first script and contains more code checking for if the player has read the letter. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but it's completely unknown what letter is meant by this script. Freeform Markarth E is Lisbeth's Missing Shipment, better known as Retrieve Lisbeth's Shipment from a random Forsworn camp, a quest given to you by Lisbeth in the final game. Freeform Markarth D is Delivery to Kolkelmo, better known as Deliver the Ring to Kolkelmo, a quest given to you by Kara in the final game. Freeform Markarth C is a cut quest with only a single script remaining, called Freeform Markarth C Quest Script. This script contains a single line of code and a developer note, stating, Talos worship scene is playing. The code is also meant to check if a Talos worship scene is playing. And that's literally all there is to tell about this one. I have no idea what the objective could have been, but maybe there would have been more hidden Talos worshippers than just Augment in the final game. Again, you have creative liberties with this one. Freeform Markarth B is very similar to Freeform Markarth K, in that they both got cut and both have absolutely nothing remaining. So yeah, on to the final one, which is Freeform Markarth A. Again, a pretty interesting quest. It remains in the form of a script and two script mentions. It is mentioned in the scripts TIF 0007538F and TIF 0007538 While the first one is just your typical basic script with nothing special in it, the second script is more interesting, as it mentions Freeform Markarth E as well and has code to set stage 20 of that quest, something that normally never happens. What it means for this quest, I can't tell though. The last script, Freeform Markarth A script, is certainly the most interesting and clear with its purpose. It has code to check how much Dwemer part the player is carrying, as well as code to calculate the player's gold reward and modify their disposition with Kolkelmo. If this all sounds a bit familiar, that's because of this. I believe that this quest got repurposed into another quest, the random quest Buy Dwarven Artifact. That quest also has you get paid for delivering Dwarven part to Kolkelmo. And that pretty much wraps it up, except for one sore thumb. I'm talking of the remains of a quest that seems to have been called Freeform Markarth M2. Yeah, I have no clue why someone would make a part 2 to a letter instead of just calling it another letter, and that's exactly why I didn't include it in my other lineup. It's just so out of place. Oh, and it's not only out of place, it also doesn't have much going for it at all. The only things remaining to prove the existence of the quest are an activator called Freeform Markarth M2 Botella Scene Trigger, and two markers called Freeform Markarth M2 Ildeen Marker Ref and Freeform Markarth M2 Botella Marker Ref respectively. The only thing that I can say with certainty is that this quest would have made a scene play out between Botella and Nana Ildeen, but that's about it. Why these two though? I wonder, would have Freeform H originally been Freeform M, with the Botella and Ildeen story having a follow-up in the way of Freeform M2? This is the only logical explanation I have, but keep in mind, it is still all speculation. And that's about all that can be said on these Cut Markarth quests. I hope to have just educated someone somewhere about Skyrim's Cut content, and then I'm happy. I would love to hear everyone's thoughts and or requests in the comments below, and until next episode, we have enough content to keep us going for a long while.